Good afternoon. I'm Diana Rich. I'm your guest host today for the Washington Demons Coaches Show, and I'm joined in the studio with Activities Directors Brent Van Welden. I'm thinking about maybe changing the name of the show to Rich Van Welden Power Hour. What do you think?
That's better. We can make fun of Todd all we want today. So since he's good at making fun of people, so we can get back at him a little bit.
I thought it had a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
So, all right. What can you tell me that's happened in the activities world since you were on last week, Brent?
Yeah. So middle school fall sports is over. If we kind of look back, well, that's not true. The cross country runs tonight at the SEC conference meet. So after tonight, the middle school sports will be over. The volleyball teams did extremely well. They have a lot of girls that are pretty talented, and the coaches did a good job with them. So we're really pleased how that went. The middle school football teams, maybe struggled a little bit. We're a little lower in numbers, so we're always looking for more kids to come out next year. But we had our last home game on Tuesday of this week with the 7th grade. They got beat, but they fought hard till the end. They scored a safety, and they were all excited. So things are going well. The record may not indicate, but they're having fun and they're learning the fundamentals. So that's the main thing. Volleyball conference for the high school. Erin Smith was on here last week and mentioned they started 0-3 in the conference tournament, and then this week at Fort Madison they went 2-0. So they beat Mount Pleasant and Fort Madison in both their games. That's all they played that night. So they ended up 4th. The JV ended up 3rd in conference, and I think the 9th graders were 2nd. So things are headed in the right direction there for sure. The band went to Muscatine and West Liberty, I believe, last weekend and placed 4th and 2nd respectively. So a lot of things going on in the past, but next couple of weeks is real busy as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of success, and it's interesting hearing about all that, and hopefully the wind calms down for the cross country meet tonight. I know it's a little windy out there. Yeah,
it's terrible out right now. I had a rough. If you want to feel sorry for anybody, you can feel sorry for me. I had a rough morning, but to top it off, the windscreen out at Casefield was blowing off. So speaking of wind, I had to go out there and fix that. So, but no, don't feel sorry for me. But that's just one of the things I had to do.
Oh dang! Well, yeah, I hope it calms down a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah.
So tomorrow night, home football game, and then what else is coming up?
Yeah. So actually, you mentioned tonight the conference is tonight for the high school and the middle school for cross country. Both our high school teams are out to keep their titles. They both won conference last year, so hopefully they can repeat this year. They've ran really strong. And then, of course, next week, I've mentioned a couple of times, on Wednesday we host districts. Tomorrow night is football. We host Fairfield. We beat Keokuk last week by 1 point. That was kind of a nail-biter. It was a great game. They had Heroes Night and went through a lot of things there, which made the night go a little bit longer, but it's kind of like one of their chain gang members said, you can't take too much, you can't take too much time for our veterans. So it was a great night. And then tomorrow night with Fairfield, if we can beat them, we're still in the playoff race. So that's good. Volleyball plays tonight. They play tonight as well at Columbus Junction. And then they go to Mid-Prairie on Monday for first round of regionals. So that's coming up as well.
Wow. Yeah. Lots of things going on this week for sports. And I haven't even looked at the forecast. Is it supposed to be a nice night for football tomorrow night?
I think the wind's supposed to die down a little maybe, but 60 degrees, maybe 55 at kickoff. So I guess a lot of people say that's football weather.
Yeah. Yep. It felt a little bit like winter last night when it dropped several degrees, but hopefully it'll be nicer tomorrow for the football. And like I said, hopefully the wind calms down for the cross country tonight. So you mentioned maybe there was an upcoming play coming up?
Correct. So our Brett Pearson is our play director, and he has picked the play Radium Girls as the play for the fall play, which I believe begins on November 11th. I didn't know what it was. I'd never heard of it before, but it's about, I had to Google search it. So it takes place in the 19 teens in the 1920s. And it's about some ladies who work in a factory, and their job is to paint the face of a watch. So I guess paint the numbers on there and stuff. So to keep the paintbrush pointed, they would use their lips to moisten the brush to keep a point on there and then paint. Well, the paint had radium in it, and apparently makes them all sick and stuff like that. So it should be interesting to see how they come up, what they come up with, and how they make all that work.
Yeah. How many kids go out for that?
Well, it depends. I'm not sure how many are in the cast, but normally there's around 20 kids either in the cast, behind the scenes, set building. It just varies, but normally there's around 20 kids that are involved in it.
Oh, that's great. And when is the production? Is that like a winter production or is that fall?
Yeah, it's this fall. It's November 11, 12, and 13, I believe, which is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Usually the Sunday is a matinee show at 2:30. So,
Okay.
yeah, it'd be fun for them.
Yeah. Sounds interesting. I've never heard of that either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
cool. What else you got going on for activities?
Well, gosh, like I said, middle school fall is ending today, and then the winter basketball starts on Monday, so they don't have a lot of time. Postseason volleyball is next week. Postseason cross country is next week. The playoffs start in a couple weeks for football. Then we might get a couple weeks off, who knows, before the high school winter starts. Winter sports starts. So that's about it.
Yeah, busy season.
Yep.
Hopefully the teams can end their season strong. And
I do have one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I should mention the band. The band goes to Pella this weekend, and it's really their state tournament as well. So I need to throw that in that they go to Pella and for their state tournament, and they're looking to get a number 1 ranking again as well. So good luck to them.
Yeah, that's exciting. Awesome. So, yeah, hopefully all the teams and the band finish the season strong, and sounds like a lot of successes and a lot of promise for the future years also. So, very good. I think we'll head to commercial.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Welcome back. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, hosting the Washington Demon Coaches Show, and I'm joined with our cheerleading coach, Coach Erin Smith, and 2 students, Jeanette C. and Ripley. Welcome on the Coaches Show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with some questions for you first, Erin. Can you tell me a little bit about how long you've coached and how many cheerleaders you have on your team?
This is my 6th year with the football cheerleaders, and this year I have 11 girls. We kind of got worried at first. We had one of our cheerleaders who moved away. Then we had another one who moved away, but then we had Dejanay move up here from Fairfield.
Okay.
And she had cheered all the way through high school and didn't want to miss out. So within the first week of her being here, she joined our squad. So we've got 11 girls right now.
That's great. And so if someone's interested in joining the football team for cheerleading, do they try out at the beginning of the year? And then is the 11 kids a JV and a varsity, or do you do both?
We have, in April is when we do cheer tryouts.
Okay.
And so we just have a few days where the girls will come, and we've had boys before, but they'll come, they'll learn a routine. We don't really do the fight song because that takes a little bit, but they learn a couple of cheers, they learn jumps, they do their tryouts. I am the coach for varsity. Jill Moore does ninth and JV.
Okay.
And I also do the middle school coaching, so.
Very good. So there's 11 on the varsity football cheerleading squad.
It kind of varies from year to year. Some years we've had 8, other years we've had 16. It all depends on how many people we have try out for it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's great that you can adjust to kind of meet everybody's needs. So what does your practice schedule look like, or what's the time commitment that the cheerleaders put in?
We are early morning people because the girls that I have this year, pretty much everybody has a job after school or they participate in other activities. So we're 6 a.m. people is when we do our practices Tuesday, Thursday mornings, 6 a.m. They're there. Sometimes just rolling out of bed, other times wide awake. So we get going early in the morning. Homecoming, we have a lot of extra practice time. Sometimes if we decide that we're going to stunt a little bit more, we'll throw in a Sunday evening practice. And so, yeah, they're all pretty good about the time commitment with it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great that you can hold that in the morning and they can still have time for other activities in the evening as well. So do you guys practice in the gym or outside, or do you do a mixture of that? What does that look like?
We do a mixture of it. We usually start having practices in July. And when we're having those in early August, we'll usually meet over at Case Field. It's a little bit easier. The air kind of helps wake them up a little bit.
Right.
Once it starts getting dark, it's a little tricky to have practice over there. So then we move over to the high school and in the gym.
Okay, a little warmer, a
Yeah.
little brighter in the morning at 6 a.m. Yeah.
Because sometimes when they leave at about 7 o'clock, it's still dark outside this time of year. So
Right. And tomorrow night there's a home game, and I've heard it's Tackle for a Cure. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
it is. I think this is our 7th year with Tackle for the Cure. And so the boys usually put together a video. This year it was a little bit harder getting them all in. So we're just going to do one for social media. We sold t-shirts. I think we did about 90 t-shirts. So we'll have some pink t-shirts out there. The girls will have their pink poms, their pink bows going for the evening. And at the end of halftime, we'll probably send them through the crowd to get some donations. And then we'll give some of the money to the high school dance marathon, and then also some of the money to Cans for Cancer.
Great. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen that video that you're referring to before in the past, and that's really impactful and neat that the kids can do that. So, and then tomorrow is a really busy day. It sounds like you have a cheer clinic going on also.
We do during the 9th grade game.
Okay.
We start practice at 3:45 with the little ones, practice up until the 9th grade game starts. We have around 100 kids coming. So it will be busy. They'll learn some cheers, they'll play some games, they'll have some fun, they'll go out with their group, they'll cheer for a little bit, come back. We just keep rotating groups. Near the end of second quarter, they'll just all come out, do a cheer together, and just kind of have fun, introduce them to cheer.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. 100 kids. Wow. What grades does that span from?
We have 4th through 5th, 4-year-old preschool all the way through 5th grade.
Okay.
So we have a wide variety coming.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Do you guys have any competition you guys are doing, or do you guys just stick to the football this time of year?
This time of year, we're just mainly sticking with football. We always talk about competition. We try to get it worked out. A lot of times we don't have enough girls interested, or there's just not time in the schedule. At some point, it would be nice if we could have a competition squad, because I think they did that just 1 year, and that was before me. So,
Okay.
yeah, so it would be nice at some point to be able to do that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think those are all the questions I have for you, and then I'll quiz the students here, unless you have anything else you want to share with me.
I think that's everything.
All right. Very good. All right. So I have Janetzi to my right and Ripley over here to my left. Thanks for joining us today and talking about cheerleading. If you want to each maybe start by telling me your year, what year you are in school, and how you got started cheering.
So I'm a senior in high school, and I started cheering in 7th grade, but Then I stopped in 9th and 10th grade, but then joined back again my junior year and senior year.
Awesome. So has it gotten harder since you took 2 years off, or do you just kind of feel refreshed? Or
At first, it was hard because I forgot like some of the simple cheers, and then they were including new cheers as well, so I had to learn those. But I got the hang of it, so it was fun.
yeah, that's great that you could jump back in and felt comfortable doing that. Great.
Yeah.
How about you, Ripley?
I'm also a senior in high school, and I've been cheering since 8th grade, just nonstop. I haven't quit.
Yeah. Do you do
But-
multiple sports or just football?
No, I only do football.
Okay.
Just because I don't know. I understand football a little bit more than the other sports, so
Yeah.
it's easier.
It's probably fun to be outside a little bit too, although maybe not when it's so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I double like everything.
That's a good idea. Do you just do football or do you cheer for other
Yeah, I
sports?
just do football cheer.
Okay, very good. And do you guys have any plans for post-high school plans that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So I will be attending the University of Iowa next fall, and I'll be majoring in biochemistry and focusing in pre-dentistry, and I want to be an orthodontist. So
Wow, that's awesome.
striving for that.
Very good. That's an awesome goal. Good for you.
I'm planning on going to Capri College to study aesthetics. I've always wanted to do like facial, like skincare, stuff like that, and that's right around the location I want to be in. So
Yeah, that sounds great. Where is Capri located at?
there's some in Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Davenport, but I'm planning on going to the Cedar Rapids one.
Very good. Staying close to home. That's
Yes.
nice. Both of you. Bet your parents appreciate that.
Yes.
I know that homecoming was a couple weeks ago, and I see the cheerleaders around town doing some extra work, painting windows and things like that. Do you want to tell me a little bit about all the work that you guys put into homecoming and maybe what your favorite thing about homecoming is?
Yeah, so I think my favorite thing is probably the window painting, because we all get to like do creative ideas and like come up with whatever we want, and it's really nice to see like everybody like helping each other. For instance, we had to do a shoulder sit so I could help and like get in the higher places, so that was kind of fun and nice.
So it's kind of like a little team bonding,
Yeah.
but fun and creative and awesome. Well, we have an awesome downtown, and I love driving around and seeing all the artwork and the different sayings and stuff. I think it's fun. So, how about you? What's your favorite thing about homecoming? Or
My favorite would probably be just being so involved in the community, and also like the team bonding stuff, because we do go around a lot, and it's just overall really fun and helps everyone stay connected together.
yeah, that's great. You mentioning that makes me remember. So you guys go to all the schools, and then do you go to all of the nursing homes in town?
Yes, on Fridays we go to the schools during school time, and then we have the parade after school, and then usually Wednesday or Thursday we go to the nursing homes and do cheers for them too.
That's great. Yeah, I used to work at the UP home, and I know that the residents loved having students in there and people. And I have a son at Stewart School and one at Lincoln, and that was by far their favorite thing on homecoming day too, is having people there. So thanks for doing that and being there and sharing your talents with everybody. So, what would you say the most rewarding part of being a cheerleader is?
The most
go
rewarding
first this time?
part for me would probably just be the bonds you make along the way, and for the most part, everyone gets along. Like, we're obviously high schoolers, so there's drama, but for the most part, we all get along, and it just brings everyone out of their comfort zone and helps them grow confidence over time. And I just think it's really cool watching that happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. What about you?
A rewarding thing for me is gaining relationships and confidence, because before I wasn't really close to like the people on the team, but I really like being with them all the time. Like, I became best friends with some of them, and confidence was a major thing that happened over the years. I was very shy, very quiet, and like I wouldn't really do much, but with this, like, everyone helping me and like telling me like be louder and all this, like, it just helped grow confidence in
Yeah,
myself.
that's great. Very cool. I would think it would be super rewarding. I never was a cheerleader, but I played sports, and I think, for me as being a student athlete and having cheerleaders on the court or the field or wherever you might be, I think that has to be rewarding, like being able to pump up the team and pump up the crowd and like feeling that energy kind of in your spot. I think that'd be pretty cool. So very good. Well, I think those are most of the questions that I had. Did you have anything else to add, Erin?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay. How about you ladies? I know you're eager to talk a lot. So anything else that you want to say maybe about why you love cheerleading, or what you'd say to somebody who is thinking about maybe trying out for cheerleading?
I would say to someone who's thinking about it, definitely do it. Just push yourself out of your comfort zone and do it. Like, there's not really anything bad that can come out of it, and it overall just helps you find new friends and find what you're into. And if it's not for you, that's okay. But you never know unless you find out.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's great advice. Very good. Anything to add to that?
I would just say to try it out, because that's how I got back into it in my junior year. Was one of my friends. She became my best friend through cheer, and she told me to join my junior year and to try it again at least one more time to see if I like it, and I obviously did. So I continued my senior year.
That's great. Very good. All right. Well, thanks, Jeanette C. and Ripley and Erin for joining us today on the Washington Demons Coaches Show. I wish the best of luck to the cross country team tonight. Tomorrow, good luck with your clinic for the kids and tackle for a cure, the band this weekend, volleyball next week. What else am I forgetting, Brent?
That's pretty much covers it.
All right. So good luck to, all the fall sports teams, the band, and the cheerleaders as they kind of finish up the fall season. And Todd Patterson should be back next Thursday, so you can look forward to seeing him then. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich. Thanks for joining us.